What do you need to know when looking at the real estate market? Who better to ask than Dan Cooper from Royal LePage. Now Dan, who are you going to send me to meet today?
The gentleman's name is Brian Girton, and he works with Mortgage Intelligence.
And what should I ask him about today?
Well, he's a very active mortgage broker, and I think what I really want to discuss today is how to turn your credit around. Everybody has Visa cards, everybody has debt, and nobody really is concerned or checks or wants to know what their credit score is. And it's critical, because if suddenly you go for a new mortgage and for whatever reason your credit score is below a certain number, you do not qualify. It's something that's important. It's something that most people don't even think about. It's off the radar. So let's go see Brian and see what we do to fix this.
I look forward to being educated. Stay with us as we hit the road. You're watching Daily Web TV. Who do you go to help turn your credit around? We're here today with Brian, and Brian, you are highly recommended by many people in the industry. If you don't have great credit, is there any way that you can turn that around so you can get a mortgage?
Yes. When I run into a situation with people who have credit problems, now there is a credit score. People don't realize that when we do a credit report through Equifax, and there's a scoring system called the Beacon Score. And you find all lenders are driven by that score. Now, it's out of 900. You find the average score would be around 680, 700. But you find that most lenders will have a minimum score of 650. Anybody who's applying for a high ratio mortgage, where a high ratio mortgage is where they don't have a big down payment, they have less than 20%.
Right.
And this type of mortgages, we have to get it insured. And this insurance protects the lender, okay? It's really default insurance. So anybody who buys a house in Canada who does not have 20% down has to get the loan insured.
And you have to have that good credit rating of 650. Now, what affects a credit rating?
You can get situations where marital breakups, situations where they had out of work, different reasons. And so when I sit down with a couple, and if they have a, say minimum 15%, then what I can do is a little creative financing, whereabouts I'll get them like 75% on a first mortgage through a lender who's a little more flexible, and then I'll wind up some secondary financing so that we can finance a total of 85%. But then when I sit down with the people, I tell them what they have to do. Okay, I explain the problems they have with their credit, and I tell them it normally takes 2 years to get your credit back in order. So we only do a 2-year term. I don't lock them into a 5-year term at a higher rate. We do a 2-year term.
Oh, because you don't have such a great credit score, your interest rate is higher, is that why?
That's correct, yeah, because you're at higher risk, okay? So anyway, at the end of 2 years, then I sit down with the people again, and you find that, if they've corrected their credit, then we can then refinance and get them our best rates.
Now, do you give advice on to how to recorrect that credit? How do you do that? Obviously by making payments on time. Is there anything else that you can do?
I go into the credit report in depth and just explain, where the problems are.
Oh, you can see that?
Oh yes, and normally I'll even give them a copy of the report, hey, and tell them what they have to do, okay? And I'll give you an example. I had a couple, they were from the Maritimes. They came here. They had problems down east. It probably was mostly job problems. So their credit was not the best. They did have 15% down. So I arranged 2 mortgages. Okay, at first to 75%, a second mortgage of 10% to 85%. Okay, they followed my recommendations, and they came back. I combined the mortgages, best rates. A year later, they came back. They bought a new home. So we transferred that mortgage to the new home, and we increased it. And now they're very happy. They've into a home now that their dream home, which if I hadn't sat down with them, they would never have got.
Right. So and they would have had a longer term at a higher interest.
That's correct.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
So you really can turn your credit around, but we need to talk to someone such as yourself that can guide us and advise us. So if someone wants that guidance, where can they find you, Brian?
Okay. Well, they can call me. My phone number is 905-842-4320, or go to my website, which is www.bestdealmortgages.com.
Thank you so much, and thank you for helping everybody out there to turn their credit around. I'm Mariel Bradley. We've been talking to Brian, and you've been watching Daily Web TV.